We are in Act 3, Scene 5 of Romeo and Juliet. It's early morning the next morning. Romeo and Juliet have spent the night together. They've made their marriage official. They are man and wife in a physical sense. And we are going to see Romeo has to say his goodbyes before he can go off to Mantua. Juliet will not go off with him. She's going to stay at home. But if you remember in Act 1, she was saying how she would follow Romeo throughout the world and abandon her family, abandon her name, and abandon her wealth. She doesn't do that. She stays home. We're also going to see Juliet's mother and father come to her room and tell her that she is going to be marrying Paris in a couple of days. So we'll see her reaction to that as well. All right, take a listen.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on young pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
All right, so it's like their first little argument. So cute. Juliet saying it's the nightingale. Romeo can stay longer. And Romeo saying, no, it's the lark. The lark comes in the morning. I need to leave. I have to go because if Romeo is caught in Verona, he will be put to death.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it I. It is some meteor that the sun exhaled to be to thee this night a torch-bearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en, let me be put to death. I am content, so thou would have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye, 'tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. Housed my soul. Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. Hie hence, be gone, away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth thus. Some say the lark and loathed toad change eyes. Oh, now I would they had changed voices too, since arm from arm that voice doth us affray, hunting thee hence with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse,
your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss, and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so, love, lord, I, husband, friend? I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
O God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou look'st pale.
And trust me, love, and my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
So Juliet and Romeo are saying their goodbyes, and Romeo says, you know what, these woes, these tough times will give us sweet discourses. They'll give us sweet memories in the future. We'll be able to look back on this and say, wasn't it so difficult and things are better now? And then Juliet, as she's seeing him leave her balcony, she looks down and she says he looks as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. So again, there's some foreshadowing, and she gets a little bit of afraid that something's going to happen to Romeo. And he says, don't worry about it. Trust Trust me, you look the same, but you know what? We're very upset. That's why we look this way. Adieu, adieu. Now, we know what's going to happen at the end of the play, so I'm going to give something away. These are the last words they say to each other, and we're about halfway through the play. That's it. Okay, let's keep going.
O Fortune, Fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, Fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Now, Lady Capulet is going to enter and give the news that Juliet is going to be married again later this week.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is that calls? It is my lady mother. Is she not down so late, or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death, as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do, with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished runagate doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram, that he shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then, I hope, thou wilt be satisfied.
So Lady Capulet is planning on having Romeo murdered. She's going to send to someone in Mantua who will poison Romeo to kill him.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead. Is my poor heart for a kinsman vexed? Madam, if you could find out but a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should, upon receipt thereof, soon sleep in quiet. Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named, and cannot come to him, to wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that slaughtered him.
All right, so they're having a little conversation about poison, all right? Keep that in mind. That is some foreshadowing.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now, I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, well, thou hast a careful father, child. One who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy, that thou expect'st not, nor I looked not for.
Madam, in happy time. What day is that?
So we see Juliet is going to find out supposedly some happy news. The Capulets think it's happy news. Juliet is going to react very differently, though. Remember, she is legally married to Romeo, so she cannot marry Paris. And her parents have no clue about Romeo either. So I'm going to stop this here, and we'll continue on with the end of Act 3 in the next recording.